A new era of heroes has arrived. Or has it? Marvel Rivals promises epic clashes, iconic characters, and a fresh take on the superhero genre. But beneath the flashy trailers and star-studded roster lies a question that demands an answer. Is Marvel Rivals truly worth your time? Marvel Rivals, a new entry into the crowded field of live service hero shooters, has generated significant buzz among gamers and Marvel fans alike. With its promise of bringing beloved Marvel characters into a gameplay format reminiscent of Overwatch, the game has sparked curiosity about whether it can truly stand out in a saturated market. But the question remains, is Marvel Rivals actually any good? At its core, Marvel Rivals is designed as a hero shooter, a genre that has become increasingly popular in recent years. This game genre is characterized by players controlling characters, or heroes, with unique abilities, often in team-based combat scenarios. Marvel Rivals fits neatly into this mold, offering a variety of modes where players can engage in strategic battles, using the distinctive powers of Marvel superheroes. The game, currently in its closed beta stage, has sparked interest due to its blend of familiar Marvel faces and the fast-paced, action-oriented gameplay typical of hero shooters. The gameplay in Marvel Rivals is heavily influenced by the formula established by Overwatch, one of the most successful hero shooters to date. Like Overwatch, Marvel Rivals emphasizes team-based play, where the coordination between different character abilities can make or break a match. Players familiar with Overwatch will find many similarities in how Marvel Rivals operates. However, there is a distinct difference. Marvel Rivals is played from a third-person perspective, adding a unique twist to the traditional hero shooter experience. In terms of accessibility, Marvel Rivals has made an effort to cater to both casual players and those with a more competitive streak. The game features straightforward controls and mechanics, making it easy for newcomers to jump in and start playing. However, the true depth of the game lies in the intricacies of each character's abilities and how they can be combined with others for maximum effect. This creates a learning curve that encourages players to invest time in mastering different heroes, which can be both a positive and a negative depending on one's preference for complexity in games. The game features a variety of modes, each offering a different style of gameplay. The payload mode, where players must escort an object through a map while fending off attacks from the opposing team, is reminiscent of Overwatch's iconic mode of the same name. This mode requires a strong sense of teamwork and strategy, as players must balance attacking the enemy with protecting the payload. Another mode, point capture or domination, tasks players with capturing and holding specific points on the map. This mode emphasizes control and positioning, challenging players to maintain dominance over key areas while fending off enemy advances. These modes are not only fun, but also serve as a showcase for the game's dynamic combat and the variety of ways players can interact with the environment. One of the standout features of Marvel Rivals is its roster of characters, which includes a wide array of Marvel superheroes and villains. As of the closed beta, the game boasts 24 playable characters, each with their own unique abilities and play styles. These characters are not just carbon copies of their comic book counterparts. They have been adapted to fit the gameplay mechanics of a hero shooter. For example, Doctor Strange's ability to create portals is reminiscent of the mechanics in the game Portal, allowing for creative movement and positioning during battles. Iron Man's flight and ranged attacks provide a satisfying sense of power, while Hulk's brute strength is perfect for players who prefer close-quarters combat. However, not all characters have been equally well received. Some players have noted that certain characters feel awkward or difficult to master, such as Spider-Man, whose agility and web-slinging abilities can be tricky to use effectively in fast-paced combat. Others, like the Punisher, are more straightforward, offering a familiar shooter experience with basic but reliable abilities. The diversity in character playstyles is one of the game's strengths, allowing players to find a hero that suits their preferred way of playing. Yet, this same diversity can also be a drawback, as some characters might not live up to players' expectations especially those who are fans of the original comic book versions. Another notable aspect of Marvel Rivals is the inclusion of team-up moves, where specific combinations of characters can activate special abilities when they are on the same team. These moves add an extra layer of strategy to the game, encouraging players to experiment with different team compositions. For instance, when Venom teams up with Spider-Man, Venom can lend some of his symbiote powers to enhance Spider-Man's abilities. Similarly, Hulk and Iron Man can synergize their powers to create a devastating combo. These team-up moves not only reward players for creative thinking, but also help to bring the Marvel Universe to life in a new and exciting way. Despite these strengths, Marvel Rivals is not without its flaws. One of the most common criticisms is that some characters feel underwhelming or off-brand compared to their comic book counterparts. This is particularly evident in the character designs and voice lines, which some players have described as cringeworthy or lacking in authenticity. While the game's visuals are generally polished and the characters look impressive, there is a sense that some of them have been simplified or watered down to fit the game's format. This has led to mixed reactions, especially among die-hard Marvel fans who expect a certain level of depth and fidelity in the portrayal of their favorite heroes and villains. In addition to character concerns, there is the question of the game's long-term appeal. As a live service game, Marvel Rivals is designed to be played over an extended period, with new content and updates being added regularly. However, there is a risk that the game may struggle to maintain player interest in the long run. The closed beta has already revealed some of the game's potential shortcomings, such as the possibility of players becoming bored after trying out all the characters and modes. This is a common issue with live service games, where the initial excitement can quickly wear off if the developers do not provide enough new content or challenges to keep players engaged. The game's reliance on typical live service mechanics, such as battle passes, daily missions, and in-game currency, also raises concerns. While these features are now standard in many online games, they can feel repetitive and uninspired, especially for players who have seen them before in other titles. The Battle Pass in Marvel Rivals, known as Galactus Quest, offers rewards such as skins, emotes, and sprays. But whether these rewards are compelling enough to motivate players to grind through the levels is up for debate. For some, the satisfaction of unlocking new cosmetic items might be enough, but others might find the process tedious and unrewarding. The monetization aspect of Marvel Rivals is another area that will require close scrutiny. Although the closed beta did not fully reveal the extent of the game's microtransactions, it is likely that the final release will include various options for players to spend real money on in-game items. How these microtransactions are implemented, whether they are fair and unobtrusive or predatory and pay to win, will play a significant role in determining the game's overall reception. Players have become increasingly wary of aggressive monetization practices in live service games, and Marvel Rivals will need to tread carefully in this regard to avoid alienating its audience. Despite these challenges, Marvel Rivals does have the potential to succeed, particularly in the short term. The combination of Marvel's massive fan base and the game's free-to-play model ensures that it will attract a large number of players at launch. The appeal of playing as beloved Marvel characters in a fast-paced, team-based shooter is undeniable, and the game's accessibility makes it easy for anyone to pick up and play. However, whether Marvel Rivals can retain these players and build a sustainable community over time remains uncertain. So, is Marvel Rivals a superhero showdown for the ages, or a villainous plot to waste your time? We've laid out the facts, analyzed the powers, and uncovered the truth. Now, it's your turn to decide. Are you ready to step into the arena? Or will you let this game slip through your fingers like a defeated villain? The choice is yours. Do let us in the comment sections. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more.